Hello, it's been a while since we've done one of these, and because I've been hard at work on my own projects and things, I thought I'd go ahead and, I don't know, I'm just a little tired of just working on stuff, so I kind of just wanted to play a game, and I thought I hadn't played this in VR in a while, so I figured I'd try it out. So we're back with Let's Play Mario Kart WiiMix in VR, except really, at this point, it's basically just Let's Play Mario Kart Wii in VR, because we're on the Wii tracks! Boy, there's a lot to say about Mario Kart Wii. A lot of good things to say about Mario Kart Wii that I'd like to say right now, but I can't because I feel like I'm going to have to get all my bad feelings out of the way, because we're starting with Luigi Circuit. I'm going to go ahead and say, and I've given this some thought, this is definitely not the worst Mario Kart track by far. It's not, I mean, it's a fine starter track. I hate this track more than I hate any track in Mario Kart in any other game. And the reason I fucking hate this track is because it represents basically everything I do not like about this game in terms of my experiences playing this online back in the day when the game came out. I should note that for these tracks, I'm actually running a texture pack that I made with AI-generated assets, so everything's a little higher resolution. It may look a little different than you remember, particularly the actual track here. There's a lot more texture to it. But anyways, reason I hate this track is back in the day, my online experience with this game when it came out was, after a while, you'd get in a room with a bunch of people who were pretty good at the game, and you'd play for a while. And you'd play like 2 good tracks, and inevitably you'd get somebody in the room who has much less VR than you, and they'd very quickly realize they're outmatched, and so then they'd just pick Luigi Circuit over and over and over again. And so I have fucking probably played this track more than any other track in Mario Kart history because of that. And every race on it is almost 100% determined by items. And, I mean, I know Mario Kart is infamous for, like, item bullshit, but I feel like this particular Mario Kart introduced the most item bullshit that I absolutely hate. Their solution to, like, handling front running is to just spam blue shells. I mean, this is already the second blue shell of this race, and this course is short. So I'm already going to lose the race because of it. Blue shells are painful in this game because they fucking throw you into the fucking air, which I hate, and make you lose your items. But also, front running is boring because when you aren't getting hit by blue shells, like, you're usually just invincible because the red shell AI sucks. And, like, usually you could just front run pretty easily. So, yeah, I fucking hate this course, and I fucking hate the items in this game. And I know some people are gonna be like, well, just get good. And I don't know, I just really like the items in later Mario Kart course. This is the first game in which I genuinely hated the items in Mario Kart, and I wanted to play without items. Because, like, the number of blue shells that get thrown out is absurd. Okay. With all of that off of my chest, and all that bitching and whining and moaning that has kind of been sitting in the back of my head since this game came out, let's talk about the good of this game. Oh, actually, as long as I'm talking about the bad, I might as well just get the other bad thing that I wanted to talk about out of my head. This is a very ugly game. Obviously, it's a little hard to see when I have texture packs, so this technically isn't how the game looks, but Mario Kart Wii in general is just kind of an ugly game. Everything's, like, weirdly washed out on the Wii, and, like, everyone has this weird shine to them. I don't know, it's very odd. I just really don't like the way this game looks. I don't like how slow you get when you go off the air to trick off a ramp, because you eventually realize that tricking is actually worse than just driving normally most of the time, and so you want to just avoid trick ramps. Also, I'm sorry, because I'm very used to Mario Kart 8 at this point, so I'm very out of practice for Mario Kart Wii. I'm probably making the problem look worse than it actually is. But anyways, kind of an ugly game. I don't like the way the tricks work now. I don't like having to play that timing minigame so much with the power blocks. Now, let's get into the good of this game. I think I said in the DS video that was a transitional Mario Kart going into modern Mario Kart. And I would call this the first modern Mario Kart, because basically this is the foundation upon which 7 and 8 is built. Obviously, the drift system was completely reworked from past games because of snaking being more of an issue because of online play. And so now you have the more modern drift system. You add bikes, but most importantly, I feel, you add tricks to the game. Now, I know I just complained about a lot of the trick ramps in this game, but that's also something you really only notice over time, and especially going back to this game from other Mario Kart games, is the trick system, or the issues with the trick system. But tricks allow for a lot more interesting level design and just fun stuff, because previous Mario Kart games had a bunch of tracks with ramps, but they all just kind of like, the ramps were pointless. And in general, I feel like the level design in this game is a big step up from past Mario Kart games. I know a lot of people say this game has the best new tracks. I would disagree with that, actually. But it definitely, I remember when this game was coming out, and it came out in Europe before it came out in the US. And so I saw basically every track before I even had the game. And just like seeing some of these tracks just in a YouTube video before the game came out, I was just like, oh my god, this is like insane for Mario Kart. Like, especially, we'll get into the real good ones later, but like Koopa Cape and Maple Treeway and stuff. But yeah, I feel like the track design in this game was a big step up from the past games. The soundtrack, I really like this game's soundtrack for the most part. But yeah. Obviously, the bikes had to be reworked because the bikes are broken. Particularly, I'm using the frickin'... Obviously, I'm not Funky Kong, because I hate Funky Kong because his voice line's irritating. I always liked Funky Kong as a kid in the Donkey Kong games, and then they put him in this game and gave him just the most irritating, like, Yacha! Wah, wah, wah! And I just want to fucking kill him. I hate him so much. I just wish he would shut up. But I generally like, I don't even remember where I was. Oh, the whole meta thing. Obviously, this game has a serious problem, I feel like, with meta in terms of, I understand people who really like this game because it's true that these bikes, the Flame Runner, the Mach Bike, feel really like good to play. But also, they feel too good to play because, like, it was genuinely hard to make custom courses for this game for me because I wanted to accommodate all vehicle types. And when you do that, you realize just how many vehicle types suck in this game. Especially, it's like impossible, I feel like, to make a course that's like super engaging for bikes that, like, the Jet Setter can complete. But yeah. But I understand people who like this because they like the way these bikes handle. I think, in general, it was a good decision to get away from having these inside drift bikes, just to have some more variety in the game. And also, yeah, getting rid of the whole wheelie mechanic was good to balance things out. I feel bad because I haven't really been talking about the courses, which is normally what I do in this. Mushroom Gorge. I like Mushroom Gorge in this game more than I like it in the other games. Well, I don't know if I like it as much as I do in 7. I know I don't like this course in 8. There's something about the mushroom physics that just, I don't like them in the version that came to the booster course in 8 Deluxe. But I love the music in Mushroom Gorge. Moo Moo Meadows, great second track. It's not overly boring like some of past second track. I mean, DS had Yoshi Falls as the second track, which is just terrible. So it's a nice step up, great music. Obviously, I said my thoughts on Luigi Circuit. I mean, as a course, it's a fine first course. It's just very not memorable, and it's still kind of boring. Mushroom Gorge is a nice step up from the previous 2 tracks. Toad's Factory is a course that, when this game was coming out, I like this course, but coming back to this course later in life, I really like this course more than I remember. But I do remember this was the course in my head. Like, keep in mind, Mario Kart DS was the previous game to this. And I liked the courses in Mario Kart DS at the time. But, like, when I first saw this course, I'm like, this would have been in the Star Cup in Mario Kart DS, because it's so much more interesting. It has so much more going on. And I thought he had just hit that item, so that's why I threw it. But yeah, this course is awesome. Unfortunately, you may have noticed the music is wrong in this version, just because the way I built this mod pack, unfortunately, the order I wanted to have the tracks in, the result was, even though it's on the correct... Oh god, I wasn't supposed to trick there! Even though it was on the correct music slot, it... God, everything's just falling apart here. It didn't keep the music thing, so it doesn't do the correct music reset when you fly out of the building, and everything. But yeah, this course is fun. Just a lot of fun. Has a lot of great music. Get back here, baby. Weedy. It's been a while since I played this in VR, but also I've played enough of this in VR that it kind of no longer feels fresh to me. I feel bad for people who are trying to watch this and get motion sickness from watching VR stuff. But really, I feel like this game works. The only thing, I wish there was a better way for me to know when I'm dragging items and stuff, but beyond that, I honestly feel this game works perfectly in VR. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh my god, there's so many fucking things going on right now. Have I mentioned how much I hate blue shells in this game over the course of the series? Because I fucking hate blue shells in this game. That's one of the things I really like about Mario Kart 8, is coming back to previous Mario Karts and going back to Mario Kart 8. Just how much less downtime there is in Mario Kart 8 when you get hit by an item. Obviously, you can't do the whole trick where you stay in place and drift, which that's one of those things where I understand why people would prefer that be in the game. But also, I think it makes more sense for it to not be in future Mario Karts. Also, I had a lag spike right as that was hitting, so I wasn't able to shelter myself from it. I understand why... God, that was going to be the third blue shell. Sorry, I keep getting distracted. I understand why they got rid of the whole drift on the spot to go faster after you get hit, because it kind of just negates the... advantage of having a good acceleration stat, which, given how bad lightweight characters are in this game, if they're tapped on Rainbow Road, they basically go flying off a cliff. They need all the help they can get in this game. So yeah, but the trade-off is really like, I like that. It feels like when you get hit by a shell in this game, and particularly blue shell, you're just stopped forever. And even though you have to accelerate up to speed in Mario Kart 8, like, the actual time you spend completely stopped feels so much shorter, and it just feels better to me. But yeah, so that was the end of the Mushroom Cup. So now we're on to the Flower Cup. I have a few controversial takes coming up here, but I don't know if this one's a controversial take. I will say this is my least favorite Mario Circuit. And I think that actually includes the SNES ones. It's weird, because I feel like for everything I've been talking about, how this game really stepped up the level design and everything, this course feels like it should have been the first course in the game. And so the fact that for some reason this is in the Flower Cup, and it's just like a figure 8 with like a couple obstacles, feels so weird and inappropriate. Anyways, let's just boost past here. Obviously we have the chomp and stuff, but yeah, this course is just really forgettable to me. The only thing I remember it for is how much it kind of just sucks. I don't know. It's a very odd course to me, because it just feels so at odds with all the other enhancements that have been made to the course design in this game. It's a shame because both... Whoops. I think that was one part where the VR kind of screwed me, because in my head, that shouldn't have hit me from my camera angle, but I think if I were playing the normal game, I would have said, yeah, sure, that was fine. That should have hit. God, I'm just getting rocked here. But yeah. So I know I mentioned it earlier. I am using some AI upscaled textures. I'm also not sure if it's because of those, or because of Dolphin, or because I'm playing in VR, but this game just looks a lot more vibrant right now to me than it normally does, like on the Wii. Oh god. I do not want to be next to him. Oh god, no. Oh, he hit the... Get him! Oh, no! Oh no, it's all gone south. It was like gonna be an exciting finish, and instead we both just fucked ourselves, Bowser. Yoshi just ran away with it. Oh, so sad. I probably could have done a lot better there. Also, I apologize if you're hearing like a banging noise every once in a while. I've got a new VR headset on, which in general I like, but it tends to slip a little more. And also I'm trying to charge it at the same time. Anyways, Coconut Mall. Oh boy. This is what I feel is the first of the Holy Trinity of Mario Kart Wii tracks. I know that a lot of people don't like the version that's in the 8 Deluxe, and I didn't at first, but over time it's grown on me. I just wish it had more, like, people in it. But otherwise, it plays about the same as this one to me. Other than the fact that it's in Mario Kart 8, which to me means it's better. Obviously, to a lot of other people, it would not. But yeah, no, this course is great. Instant classic. It's a very fun theme for a track. Just like running around this mall. Oh god. Really not used to how this game handles in comparison to 8 right now. But yeah, just there are a few lively things. I hate these fucking cars. But also like understand why people would love them. This is one of those things that... And the fucking thing switched as I was driving up to it. Great. Okay. So this is one of those things that I feel like there's a nice a fun sort of age gap thing. Oh, fuck, they're switching. That was bad. So keep in mind that as of this recording, I am 31. Very soon to be 32. So I played this game when I was in high school, and like a senior in high school, I believe. But now there's a lot of people who are like 20 who played this game when they were a kid. And so because I was on, not that being in high school is old, but because I was on the older side when this game came out, and the Wii was a thing, and Nintendo was going through their like blue sky phase where God damn it, I am terrible at judging these direction these are going. Anyways, Nintendo was doing a lot of they realized Wii Sports was a huge success, so they were catering more towards casual players. And with Miis and stuff. In general, there was a lot of backlash to Miis, including with myself. And so, like, the fact that they, like, removed Miis from this course in 8 Deluxe, I'm like, who cares? But so many people are like, but the Miis! Oh my god, how can they get rid of the Miis? And, like, to me, I'm just like, I do not give a shit about Miis at all. It's just one of those, like, age things. I don't really hate Miis now. But at the time, it's one of those just fun things where it's like, when this game came out, I don't think anybody really gave that much of a shit about Miis. And now, as people who were kids when this came out get older and on the internet, there's a lot of love for Mii's and a lot of like sadness that they're gone from this stuff like this. But yeah, I mean, there isn't much I could say about Coconut Mall that I think people don't know. It's just such a fun theme for a course. And it's such a fun course in general. Just a bunch of trick stuff and escalators and stuff. And I do still enjoy it in 8 Deluxe. But yeah, just a great course. Now, DK Summit. This is where a hot take comes in. A lot of people seem to love this course. And I don't know if it's because of the shortcut, which I'll be honest, I'm not going to do here because I don't really remember how to do it very well. Or I don't really like this course that much. I like it actually a lot more in 8 Deluxe than I do here. But I would still say this is probably like one of my bottom 5 courses of the new courses in this game. I don't know. It's kind of, I don't like the music. I don't really care for the visuals. It's weird that this is a Donkey Kong track when it has absolutely nothing to do with Donkey Kong, which they at least fixed with Tour and stuff by making Donkey Kong up there. But yeah, I just don't really care that much for this course at all. I actually like the way, maybe it's because I just don't care that much about the half pipes. I actually like the way the half pipes work more in 8 Deluxe than I do in Wii. In fact, some of my muscle memory there was more from 8 Deluxe. And it threw me off because of the physics. But yeah, no, this isn't a bad course, don't get me wrong. But I honestly think I like DK Pass more, but that also had nothing to do with DK. And was just kind of weird, so... yeah. It also doesn't help that, as far as I'm concerned, like, obviously this is a snowboard cross course. In fact, one might say that the course should be called DK Snowboard Cross. Particularly if one were in Europe. Also, I really just fucked that up royally. But, like, I feel like it's a very similar theme to Ski Resort, which is much better implemented, in my opinion, in Mount Wario, which, I mean, is Mount Wario. Like, come on. Do I still have an... oh god, my controller mapping's different now. Do I still... I'm not dragging an item, okay. I couldn't remember if I was dragging an item or not. Oh god, that was scary. But yeah, I mean, it's a okay course. I always like courses with a lot of turns, is basically what I've found over time. And this course doesn't have enough turns for my liking. It's just not varied enough to me. But it's fine. It's not great, in my opinion. And I feel like when this game came out, nobody really talked about this course much. So I think that might be another one of those weird age things where, like, in my head, I'm just like, yeah, this is a whatever course. And then when it was announced for, like, 8 Deluxe, everyone's like, oh my god, one of the greatest courses in the game. Wario's Gold Mine. Another hot take. I also don't really like this course that much either. It's in the same exact bucket as DK Summit to me, where there just aren't enough turns, I guess. I don't know. I love the music. I don't even like this course that much in 8 Deluxe. The only time I've ever really liked this course, this is one of the courses where normally I am not a 200cc player in 8 Deluxe, because I tend to just prefer 150cc. This is one of the few courses that I think is much better in 200cc. I do understand if people don't like this course, because in 8, obviously, you spin off of the mine carts to get an advantage, but they damage you in this version. Also, I think in this version, I have muscle memory from 8 Deluxe now, so I tend to always go right there when I'm replaying it in this game. but I believe the right path there, and I could be wrong on this, is actually a shortcut in Wii. But in my mind, because of 8 Deluxe, I always think of it as a long cut that no one should ever take. Oh, man. I did it. Okay. I was like, did that hit one of my bananas, or did I actually get that to hit the other banana? I did thread the needle and get it to hit the other banana. Holy shit. That was awesome. Now, am I going to thread this? See, I got greedy. I thought I could thread that needle, too. You got greedy, Martin. So yeah, I don't remember. I think this is actually a shortcut in this version. Oh, I didn't even talk about the thundercloud now I see it up there in my item rant. How could I have forgotten? What a fucking terrible item. And now I know some people who are like, the thundercloud's actually fun. You like bump into other racers, it's a unique mechanic and stuff. Anybody who says that did not play this game online back in the day, because that item fucking just did not work in online play. Also, I was holding right there the whole time, so I don't know why I fell off the side of the track that way. Okay, that was a very narrow thing I hadn't hit. I think I'm losing inputs right now, because I feel like I'm steering in directions the game is not going. I am streaming this to my living room, so that's entirely possible. That's the problem. I think I still won? Yeah, I still won. But obviously, I'm very out of practice for this game right now. But yeah, it's just never been my favorite course. Not bad, just not great. I need to check the time here, so give me a sec. Okay, should be good to continue. I'm doing this over my lunch break. I am working from home, so I think I'm good for one more cup right now, and then I've gotta hop out. So, Star Cup. Boy, we've got some heavy hitters in here, don't we? But first we have Daisy Circuit, which, I mean, I guess is the best new circuit course in this game. I don't know. This is another kind of take it or leave it course. Not that it's bad, again. A lot of these courses where I'm like, it's take it or leave it, it sounds like I'm very down on them, but I feel like I liked them more when the... I mean, I liked them when the game came out, but I feel like these are kind of... Eventually, I'm going to get to the thesis of when we get to Mario Kart 8, which is that I strongly feel that Mario Kart 8's tracks are, like, way better than any other games. But this is where one of those cases where it's like, yeah, this course is all right. I just don't love it, and I feel like there's been so many better courses that have come out since then that it's kind of aged worse than it was. Although I'm saying that, and I'm playing it right now, and I'm having more fun than I thought I would, so maybe I need to rethink that. I don't know. It just kind of is weird because it's called a circuit, but it's not that much of a circuit course. I do hope it comes back at some point, because it's an alright course. It's just not super amazing. I also think part of my problem is I always think of this as that course that I have to get through to get to the 2 best courses in the game. And Grumble Volcano is also in a similar category where it's like that course that is completely outshadowed by the 2 courses that precede it. But I mean, it's fun. I think it's weird because this is actually one of the, if you're into modding Mario Kart, this is actually one of the courses that is most significant because it has traffic cones, which I feel like tend to get modified a lot for custom courses. And so you end up having to use my go-to for making custom courses is putting them into the Daisy Circuit slot, because odds are it's going to need some items that are in Daisy Circuit. Also, I'm not sure if I used hard mode CPUs in previous episodes of this, but I am using hard mode CPUs for this one, so maybe that's what's making things a little worse. I think I did use them, and I think I'm just sucking up a storm right now. Koopa Cape. Koopa Cape. Koopa Cape. This, as far as I'm concerned, is far away the best course in this game. This is also one of those rare courses that I feel like is significantly better in its original release than any subsequent release, because I like the underwater tunnel significantly more than the underwater like half pipes or just like path that's in 7. But boy, this course is truly elevated the game as far as course design in Mario Kart. And I think a big part of it is just how much of the course is on this moving water flow. Again, the audio is not going to work correctly because of the way this mod pack works, unfortunately. But yeah, like going down that waterfall and then just suddenly I never fixed I meant to fix my AI upscaled texture pack so that I had the correct colors down here. There's a texture that I need to delete and I forgot to do it. It's supposed to look much more vibrant down there than it actually does currently. But yeah, I mean, Koopa Cape is Koopa Cape. Like, particularly, this beginning part, I mean, it's good, but it's not great. But once you hit the moving water and the fact that you're like in the moving water for most of the course, it just makes the whole course so exhilarating to play. Oh, Peach is in first. I thought Peach was in second for some reason. Obviously, this is a little sucky because I can't... just because of the camera angle, I can't really see where I'm going as I go down the waterfall. Come on, Peach. I'm gaining. Oh. Let's open the crusher. But yeah, no. I mean... I will be... fuck me. I will be fucked, I guess. I will be very disappointed, honestly. As of this recording, there have been 4 waves of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's Booster Pass, and I will be a very, very, very sad boy if this is not in the next wave, since the final wave probably is Rainbow Road from Wii. Because, goddamn, you put this course in 8 Deluxe, you have Maple Treeway in there, and, I mean, it's Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, so it's just great in general. That is a fucking unbeatable selection of courses. Although, obviously, this one would probably be worse because, again, it doesn't have the high-speed finale tube. Okay. But yeah, no. Fantastic course. Great music. Just very high speed. A lot of fun. A lot of winding around. Driving down the waterfall. Super cool. Just all around, I love this course. I think that's far and away the best course in this game. Probably the second best course in this game is Maple Treeway, which comes right after it. I think originally I may have liked Maple Treeway more than Koopa Cape. On replaying, I think I prefer Koopa Cape by quite a bit. But yeah, no, this course is... I wish this course had better music. Not that the music's bad, I just feel like this course has a exciting layout, and then the music is just like so calm and relaxing that it just doesn't fit. Also, I know I should have held on to that bomb, but it was just too tempting to kill that many people at once with it. But yeah, just great course all around. Hasn't changed too much in future iterations. I don't know if this is a nostalgia thing or what. I know a lot of people are upset that this course does not have the rope bridge at the end in 7 onward, and it's a glider ramp. I can honestly say this rope bridge is probably my least favorite part of this whole course, and so I think it's actually better that it doesn't have the rope bridge. I like the glider ramp more. I think it's just a better natural transition out of the tree. I don't know. In general, I don't really like wavy roads in Mario Kart. I found because wavy roads just behave unpredictably to me. Sometimes I feel like I'm tricking and it's not allowing me to trick. But yeah, no, it's a very fun course. Just, I love the intricacy of its design. This is another one of those that I feel like is really stepped up the game in terms of course design from previous Mario Karts. Just because of how, I guess, Wario Coliseum was kind of similar. Oh my fucking god! Again! Okay, I am very far ahead of the racers, so I guess they do need all the help they can get right now. Also, I keep going this route because I think it's Mario Kart 8, and it's an okay route to go, whereas the side routes are much faster in this version. But what was I saying? Intricacy of design. So we have, like, Wario Coliseum was kind of similar, where, like, it felt like a lot of past Mario Kart courses were kind of a little more sprawling, whereas this course is, like, so tight. And, oh my fucking god. That was, like, the most effective. Oh, for fuck's sake! Well, it took everything for them to catch back up to me, but they've caught back up to me. So now I can't think, and now I actually have to go off that to try and get an item, except I didn't get one. That was good. Please hit that. Please clap. Maybe now I'll actually remember to go this way. God, why are they so bad at this course? I don't think I could have gotten hit by any more, and they were still like a mile behind by the end of the track. And that was with hard mode CPUs. But either way, obviously, excellent track. Glad to have it back in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I'd say, I mean, in general, I kind of feel like some of these tracks have aged worse just because of future Mario Kart games. So I do think that this is still part of the holy trinity, so to speak, of courses in this game. I think it might be might actually like Coconut Mall more than it now that I'm thinking about it. But I still think it's one of the 3 best courses in this game. Grumble Volcano. I don't know what to say about this course. I think it has a cool idea in terms of, like, a volcano that's collapsing. I also forgot to remove the textures for the lava to fix that. I think it's a cool idea of the course collapsing, and when I first watched it, I thought it was, like, the most awesome course in the game. Just something about it that I find highly unmemorable in a weird way. And I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the music that just makes it not stick out in my mind as much. Also, I just realized how many more trees there are in this version than there are in the 8 version. But I mean, it is still a very solid course. I think there's a very interesting dynamic where that trick ramp I just went off of is like a jape. Also, I don't know which route is actually faster at the split road at the end there, but I swear to God, maybe I'm imagining this, In fact, now I'm thinking about it, it may have been a dream I had, but I think I'm right. In Mario Kart 8, I think I have been so dedicated to taking the right path at the split road up ahead that I literally didn't know there was a glider path on the left path until this year. And I have had Mario Kart 8 since it came out on Wii U 9 years ago. I don't think I had ever gone the left path there. I think the only reason I went the left path was because, like, I got forced that way because of items. And, like, my mind was blown. But now that I'm saying it, it was such a weird incident. I have to check it. Because it may have been a dream and that glider ramp may not exist. I'm, like, so dedicated to that not actually existing. Oh, God. That now I'm convinced. Oh god, I thought I was dragging an item the whole time. Oh, maybe it was an item box because she also just got hit by something. Also, I don't think I even realized until I went back to this game a couple years ago to play it in VR. I think I always thought that the fake item boxes destroyed items. Like, I knew that they didn't protect you from an item if you were just dragging it, but I thought for some reason if you dropped it, they destroyed items. And so I've always tried to do that, and I don't think I realized until I started playing this game again. That is absolutely not the case, and they don't do any of that. But yeah, that's another cup down. Unfortunately, I don't have enough time to do the next cup right now, so I'll see you in a sec. Okay, so it's been a while since I've recorded the first 3 cups here. Couple of things I wanted to note. First of all, I realized after I was done recording that I was sitting in a leather chair, which may have been making noise as I moved. I briefly watched the recordings to make sure that wasn't the case. Seems like it's fine, but in case you heard weird, like, crunching noises, that's what that was. The second thing is, watching it back, I realized there was a little bit of lag, and I realized I had left some settings enabled that I shouldn't have, which, when combined with my upscale texture pack, can create some lag. It wasn't too serious, I'm not redoing everything. It was just more some micro stutters here and there. Third thing, unrelated to the previous 3 cups, is if this part looks and sounds a bit different, it's because Virtual Desktop was having some serious issues, which is getting to stream smoothly to my headset when I tried to record this earlier. And so I finally had to give up and switch to Oculus Link, which has made me kind of have to redo my entire recording setup because the way that Dolphin VR works with Oculus Link. It's less smooth for me in the headset, but I think it'll be more smooth for you. And I think it's less smooth for me because I think it's trying to render at 90 frames per second as opposed to 120, which I use for Virtual Desktop. But either way, if things look and sound a little bit different than they have in the past, that's why. Anyways, back on, let's get this show on the road. Special Cup for the Wii. Dry Dry Ruins is a weird course because I would say that it is actually the most forgettable course in this game for me, in the fact that when I came back to this game a little bit ago, I realized this was like the only course where I completely forgot the layout. But that doesn't mean it's bad by any means. Quite the contrary, this course is actually very good. I just found it a little bit unmemorable for whatever reason. But yeah, no, it's a very good course, I think. In fact, I would say I always used to think the Mushroom or the Star Cup was the best cup in this game, but I would actually say on the whole, just because of the average ratings, the Special Cup is probably actually the best cup in this game, just because it's got some really solid tracks. In fact, this is probably this or Rainbow Road, I would say, is my personal least favorite course in this cup. But none of the courses are bad by any means. But yeah, no, very solid course. I know this is going to be a very hot take. Not my favorite desert course, because my favorite desert course, believe it or not, is Bone Dry Dunes in Mario Kart 8. A course that almost everyone universally hates, except for me, and I don't really know... Jesus, I fucked that one up royally. I don't really know why everyone hates it. I think they're just bad at it, honestly. And I forgot what the trick is for getting through that section. I know there's a trick to not having to bounce off of both walls, but I don't remember for the life of me what it was right now. But yeah, no. Very good course here. Obviously, I don't have the sound effect changing once again. The way the mod pack is built, yada yada yada. You should know the gist by now. I feel like I've said these things a million times, but obviously I saw this course came back to Tour. I don't know how it plays in Tour because I kind of stopped playing Tour about a year ago now. It seems like it's okay, but it seems like they kind of butchered the Rising Sand gimmick to me. I don't know. I could be completely wrong. God damn it. I was trying to barely hit that, and then I whiffed it completely. So I'm doing a terrible run of this course, but looking at the minimap, it doesn't seem to matter, because it seems like everyone is doing absolutely terrible. But yeah, no, very fun course. One of those courses that kind of grows on you over time. Very solid addition to this game. Oh, also, obviously, there's some AI upscaling things that need to be improved, given there's a giant seam in the sandbox up there, but it is what it is. Anyways, moving on to... I don't know whether to call this course underrated. More like overlooked, because when people talk about their favorite courses in Mario Kart Wii, nobody talks about Moonview Highway. But I also think Moonview Highway is probably the best traffic course. And I've said this in the past, but traffic courses in VR are phenomenal. Like, they are just so intense driving between traffic and everything. But this is a course where when I actually first saw videos of it before I played the game, I'm like, this course kind of sucks, because there's like the first half is cool, and you're like weaving in and out of canyons and stuff. And then you just reach this big, wide straightaway. What the hell's up with that? But then the more you play it, the more you realize just the genius of the booster placements in that section. And how it's basically all designed to get you going as fast as possible into a blind turn. And so you basically have to weigh the risk and reward of, do you go full throttle straight into traffic, or do you take the safe route? And I think that's just genius design, because it's just really cool. To just, like, you don't know whether the car's coming, and it wasn't there this time, but it doesn't mean it's not going to be there the next lap. Ooh! Again, also way more scarier in VR, because there's just suddenly a fucking car in my face. So I gotta sit up a little bit here. The height difference between when I set up these settings and where it is in this track is a little off. If anything, that is one thing I'll criticize about Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, is that I still feel like there's no just outstanding traffic levels. It's better now with the booster pass than it actually was for a long time, when your only traffic level was really Toad's Turnpike, which that version of Toad's Turnpike kind of just sucks. Although I'd also almost argue that Super Bell Subway is kind of a traffic level, even if it's not a very traditional one. Has similar properties, and that course is very, very good. But I think the situation has improved a little bit, given there is now Shroom Ridge, which has always been a very good course. In fact, I think it's a little underrated in the Mario Kart 8 Booster Pass. Because everyone hates visually how it is, and they're like, there isn't much traffic. And it's like, that's true in 150cc. 200cc, on the other hand, that course is scary. Everything just got really pixelated. I don't know if my internet connection's just gotten worse or how I sound right now, but and then technically there's a little bit of a traffic course now with Berlin byways, but obviously it's not like the whole course or anything. I do still feel like this is probably, if we count Super Bell Subway, then I would say Super Bell Subway is my favorite traffic level. But this, if we're not counting that, then this is my favorite traffic level still. It's a very fun course. Actually, I will say technically my favorite traffic level is very specifically DS Shroom Ridge, if played in VR in Mario Kart Wii. Which means there's probably like 1% of people. I might be the only person on Earth who has played that course with that exact setup. So, I don't know if that counts. But anyways, now we're on to Bowser's Castle. I would personally say this is another one of the few instances where I'd say this is actually better than Mario Kart 8's Bowser's Castle. I think Mario Kart 8's Bowser's Castle, is absolutely phenomenal in its first half and completely unmatched. And then you reach the giant Bowser Golem, and it just kind of murders the pace. That split road feels overly long, and everything feels drawn out, whereas this course is just overall much better paced all the way through. If that giant Bowser Golem section weren't so terrible, then I would say that 8's is better, but it is what it is, so this one's better overall. God, I cannot get going here. It just keeps ramming into me. Obviously, this whole bit here might be the best use. Oh! I don't know what just happened. I feel like I got turned around somehow when I went off that pipe, or half pipe in a way I shouldn't have. Like I almost clipped a wall or something. Alright, you all died. Oh, for fuck's sake. I don't even get to take advantage of it. Now obviously, well, maybe not obviously if you don't really know. Technically and by I mean Squire Turnbolt, and I just ported it into Mario Kart 8. Technically, I have worked on a recreation of this course for Mario Kart 8. Pretty satisfied with that. Now that one turned out. That one was very interesting because I had never really worked on a collaboration before. And Squire Turnbolt had no access to Mario Kart 8. And so you never really know how the level's going to play because they don't really have access to the game, so they can't really test it as they make it. And so then when I ported the model in, I fully anticipated like there being weird pacing issues, but virtually every single turn and everything was the perfect size. And I didn't really have to do much of anything in order to get it working. And I can't get going for some reason. I don't know what. I was even letting go of the button and it wasn't counting it. Oh, also another change. You're probably hearing a lot of clicking and clacking. With Oculus Link, I am not able to use my touch controllers as an Xbox controller, so I have to use my Xbox controller, which kind of clicks when I rock the control stick a lot more. But anyways, obviously there was some controversy, I feel like. People didn't really like the giant robot Bowser that was in that port or remake for Mario Kart 8. I have no control over that, and I have no intention of replacing it because I didn't make the model for the course, and I don't feel like I am in the right to really make that adjustment. But overall, I was very pleasantly surprised how that course turned out. It was also fun because I kind of went full Mario Kart 8 with it, which is to say I made basically everything trickable, even things that were not trickable in the original course. Also, I probably just lost the race trying to go for that right now. Oh, please shock her before the finish line. I think she's going to make it. Oh, she hit the thing! Haha! Fuck you! Oh, I got bailed out of that one. That was a very subpar race that I should not have won. But yeah, very solid course. Just great pacing. Just a lot of fun. Anyways, we have reached Rainbow Road, and it is time for another spicy take. I don't like this Rainbow Road as much as Mario Kart 8's. And Mario Kart 8 is known as one of the worst ones usually. I don't really know why. I feel like that one's good. I think my problem with this Rainbow Road is twofold. First of all, I don't really like the music that much. I think it's very... if you haven't heard it before, you should really listen to Pan Man Music's remix of this Rainbow Road. It gives it the oomph that I really wish the original had. But the main reason I don't like this course, and I've just, well, it's not that I don't like this course, it's that this course is not one of my favorite Rainbow Roads, is this course has a lot of jank to me. Or, like, really highlights some of the jank in Mario Kart Wii, I would say. Most specifically, when I was just trying to do my Beat All the Expert staff ghosts for this course in VR, I just had a hell of a time doing this course. And because it felt like I could do the same thing like 6 times in a row, and every single time it would behave differently. Because I'd get like a weird bounce off a wall or a weird bounce off something. This turn in particular bothers the hell out of me because it looks cool. It looks amazing. But when I drive up to that turn, I feel like I should hold left if I wanted to reach the left side of the road, because it's a left-hand turn when you're going off of that half pipe. It doesn't work that way at all, because if you hold left off of there, sometimes it works, but other times you'll just randomly get sent at like a completely perpendicular to the road when you land for no discernible reason. And so there's a lot of that. I really hate this double gap here, because sometimes I can get across this double gap without using a mushroom, and sometimes I use a mushroom and I'm still not able to clear both sections. In fact, in the first lap, I feel like I barely cleared the second gap, even though I used a mushroom for both sections. Also, I'm usually not this bad at this course. Well, that kind of worked out. But that's not to say that I hate this Rainbow Road. I mean, I would say that it is solidly in the middle of my Rainbow Road rankings. I would say 8 is actually slightly above this one. Then I feel like Double Dash is way ahead of both of those, and then I just like 7's Rainbow Road the most. I mean, it's just a really great course. But yeah, I mean, I wish Double Dashes would get in Mario Kart 8 over Wii's, but clearly Wii's are even remade for Tour, and I mean, I'm not gonna be super upset about that. It's a better way of ending. It's a good way of ending the pack, especially when there's so many Wii courses that have been added as part of that pack. It feels appropriate. Okay, good. Still on my banana. Just feel like this part, I shouldn't have to just completely let go of the control stick in order to get a solid result there. I don't know. That just feels so unnatural to me. It's one reason why I just don't like this course that much. But we have rapidly approached the end of the course, and with that, we have rapidly approached the end of Mario Kart Wii. In Mario Kart Wii. In VR. Thank you very much for watching. It's been fun. To wrap things up for this whole game, I mean, I don't even know if I even said it, because I feel like I went on my rant at the beginning of this, and it made it sound like I was much more down on this game than I am. I did feel like this was considerable, because of the changes in the courses and the new mechanics and stuff. I felt like this was a considerable step up for the Mario Kart series. This is the first Mario Kart game where I really sat up and was like, this series is getting real good. But I just feel like the items hold it back, and I feel like the courses are good. They're absolutely good. To great, even. I just don't feel like they've held up as well as some people claim they have, for the most part. Obviously, a few of them are still phenomenal. I think some of them are a little overrated. But it's definitely the best Mario Kart yet. When it came out, I should say. So next time, we will tackle Mario Kart 7. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good night.